Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Can they hear us now?
I have every faith that they can hear us now. Now, obviously, welcome aboard the Calypso. This is another incredible episode of Black Remnant. Well, I guess I don't know if it's incredible yet. Something could happen between now and the end of it that makes you question it. But Kiko is, he is an elderly man, and you can tell this from our...
Jeez, don't put him in his fucking grave yet.
From our frequent...
He's an elderly man.
Gen X references. And so you should know that this ancient creature is now being fondled by doctors. Today, fondled, interacted with, interfered with.
I don't want that. Thanks for that image.
Manipulated. And I'm hoping that he's going to send me a text later and say everything is in the right place. But we can't guarantee it, a man of his age.
He's younger than you.
There could be, is he? I don't know how old he is.
I just assume you're 65.
Well, no. Listen, the truth is...
you just turned, 59 the other day?
I looked 65 when I was 1. So, it's all there. It's all coming back to me. But obviously, you know what I mean? Hopes and prayers for our friend Kiko. We're hoping that he's going to be here with us the next episode. We're hoping that all of his stuff...
Maybe not. I guess apparently he's...
We're hoping that all of his stuff is in the right place. But we can't...
Just put him in his grave.
We can't guarantee that. Well, you want to have the whole Doug. You want to be wasting a lot of time later. If they roll him back to the office, I got to roll him right in the hole. I don't want him out in the lobby.
I know he's going to die here, too.
Well, the odds are good.
Listen, your contracts are apparently binding.
Yeah, watch out. Now, but obviously, yes, welcome back to another exciting episode of Black Remnant. So how did things go last time, Mr. Benson?
Yeah, a lot of stuff happened last time.
It was pretty dense. I hope you've got robust notes.
No, I have none. Kiko has all the notes.
Now, God.
So, you managed to broker a deal with Bruce.
Well, I needed repairs fast.
Kramer.
Yes, from Kramer's Parts.
It wasn't just that. You managed to set up a whole new tab industry of based on the engineering
That's
class.
right. To elevate that underappreciated cast.
Mm-hmm. And then you utilize Bruce as your, in the biz, we like to call them the Rainmaker. He will go.
Oh, he reached out to basically all the contacts he has in his industry.
Right. And he gets a 5% VIG on all the tabs now.
Exactly. Yeah. But the fantasy scenario for us is that we're able to move that. But long term, we're hoping that there is a sponsorship situation coming back in our direction. And it sounds like we're essentially like one battle away from that being legitimized, right?
You haven't really talked with him about it yet, so you don't know.
Yeah.
He's just getting more and more interested.
Yeah. But the first 2 showings from Roshan out here in the Reaches have been top tier. Mm-hmm. Now, I would say that it's scripted in the way that people sometimes feel that like football is scripted, where, yeah, he's coming out on top of these fights, but like not by much. No. There's not much left of these. Like, he rides mechs hard and puts them away wet. There's not much left of these machines by the time he extracts an arena win from that hardware.
And you will remember that during the match against Franz Timba,
we made a new friend.
You did make a new friend. Chamber Boggs pointed out that Lightning DeFoudre was sitting in the crowd watching the match. And
Indeed.
You went up and talked to him.
Yeah. So it should be established fully that, obviously, if we're looking at the narrative arc, the rich narrative arc. You know, you have Dirk Jester, who is the final boss of Solaris. Dirk Jester is a wicked man who essentially put Rashawn's career on hold via various, you know, rat scurrying and back channel stuff. Essentially made him persona non grata because he was ashamed that he won against Rashawn, but not by as much as he would have liked. And so obviously, you know, that's for later. In roguelike terms, like that's at the end of this giant mesh of encounters. But the mech boy band that he was a part of on Solaris, a team affiliation called Tiamat, Lightning de Foudre is a member of that team. And so he came out last time to take a look at the field and basically to take a look at this foe who maybe they thought wasn't going to be back in the mix ever. And now it appears that might not be the case. Certainly, Rashawn is 2 for 2 on his return games.
Yes. You had also made wagers with Franz about who would win the outcome.
Yes, Franz Timber, absolutely.
But you do know that young Roshan wasn't performing at his peak during that match.
No, he was exhausted, and this instigated like a -1 penalty on his gunnery, which is pretty rough. I mean, we had made significant investments in that already, but I mean, we have to be honest. Like, with the mechs that he is at the yoke of, you know, 2 gunnery plus his medium range mastery, just on paper, like this is a demonic, this is an extinction level threat for enemy mechs of any size. So yeah, I mean, unless you're doing individual point rolling, he's just deleting mechs from the field with that specific combination. And I think it's correct as we are inside the actual arena environment to put a pause on that ability. Just because, you know, it's like in a typical environment, it might be one thing, but the interior of the arena is a weird place. I think it makes sense because otherwise, you know, he's too good. He's rolling out to 24 inches, the same way that anyone else would roll between 0 and 6 inches. It's a monstrous combination of capacities.
Well, you can put the ability back in, but know that there's going to be abilities used against you.
Oh no, and again, and as we have found, like Alpha Strike is a simpler game in some ways, but a lot of the war gamey, like chew and crunch, comes from the special abilities and come from the keywords on some of these configurations. So, but yes, so it sounds like I am owed some money, perhaps from Franz Timber.
You are, but you find yourself in the morning back at the Dirk Jester suite at Avery's on the Water.
I have that written right here.
Yeah. Beautiful sunrise coming through the floor-to-ceiling windows. You wake up, you hear a loud snoring coming from Roshan's bedding. But other than that, everything seems normal.
The nest. We should try to figure it out. If Kiko were here, I would ask him for this. I don't want to like play a chip to determine it. But it's like, you know how it is. It's like you end up at a sleepover at a friend's house, and then you end up learning something about how they sleep. Like, I mean, I know people who have to sleep like with the blankets completely wrapped.
Oh, sure.
They have to like completely mummify themselves. And my guess is that Roshan, being who he is, has a very specific technique. But we'll figure out the particulars when Kiko comes back. My guess is that he has mummified himself. There's just a sound coming from a pile of blankets, and that's the only thing that indicates that there's a person inside there at all. But yeah, I mean, obviously we have a big day today, so he can't be doing this until noon. Like we got to shake hands, we got to kiss babies, like
Oh, yeah.
he has a narrative arc, and as Stavron Otho, I'm determined to crack the whip. So we're just going to start with me trying to find him in the blankets, trying to find where the entry point to the creature inside might be.
You can't really find an entry point, but you do notice there is one part of the blankets that is like pushing in and out with each breath.
Yeah,
right?
see, I like this. That, to me, that's a good sign. And so I'm going to just try to widen that aperture a little bit and see if there's a boy somewhere inside this.
You can see
chasm.
the cocoon sets aside, but even as you do that, it's almost like the fabric is reeling against you, trying to fold back up into itself.
Well, then I'm just gonna, in the same way that you might call down a well, I'm just gonna call down into this one, access venue. Say, Rashawn, kid, Rashawn Cole, Rashawn.
And a penny flicks up at you, but that's about it.
Okay, it's the reverse of a wish.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I can't. It's possible that something came up here and started to live inside the blankets. Maybe Rashawn's downstairs. Maybe this is like a hermit crab or something like this. Maybe there's something that lives inside waddled blankets. Yeah, so what he probably needs is breakfast. So I'm going to head down to the front desk. I'm going to order up some traditional breakfast foods.
So as you make your way to the door, it slides open and you start to walk out. And before you kind of slam into, without paying attention, you slam into a white tank top and then a chest full of gnarled hair sticking over the white tank top. And
like some kind of a creature has taken root.
yeah, and a giant gold chain smashes into your chest.
Well, I'm going to take a step back. I didn't expect this. This is new information for me.
And you see Baal standing there. Like, where's the kid?
Well, there's two. Listen, he could be in one of two places. First of all, Baal, great to see you as well.
Yeah, sure. We'll talk about that.
There's one of two places he could be. One, I think that he might be downstairs getting breakfast. And in that scenario, you should know that I'm positing that there is a creature, something like a hermit crab, that dwells and lurks inside of teen bedding. I admit that it's far-fetched, but it's the best theory I have given the information. Second, he's in here.
So get him up. What's with the...
Listen, I don't know the last time you tried to rouse a teen who's gone 2-0 in 2 straight days. I mean,
Hey, at least I taught him well.
You got to like these numbers, right?
Yeah.
I say, look, and I'll slip out one of the second keys. I say, look, maybe you can do better than me. You need something. You hungry? You need something to eat?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not saying you need something to eat. I mean, you look good. You look good, Ball. How things been? How things been on Chagos?
Great.
You still on top?
Yeah.
I mean, no big surprise to me.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing well. You're doing well, and that's what I love about you. You keep doing well, all right? Anyway, yeah, he's in there. I'm gonna bring up a breakfast. You don't have to eat it. I will eat it if you don't. But yeah, I mean, travel makes a man hungry, is what I'm saying. And so, yeah, I'll bring you something up. I'll see what they have down there. Maybe some lefse. We'll look into it. We'll look into it. I saw some Swedish favorites down there. Let's see how it goes. All right, Ball? Listen, it's been great. It's been great catching up. I'll be back here. Here's the key. I'll swipe it for him, push the door open, and yeah, I'll be back.
All right.
It's like a potato bread. I mean, it's pretty good. Like I think you'll like it. And so yeah, I mean, I'll head down there, and we should. I mean, let's just establish that for whatever reason, for whatever strange, bizarre reason, Avery on the Water has a lot of Swedish delights.
Why Swedish delight? Like, why?
I'm just saying like this is what it's passed down. It's just a recipe. It just moves from family to family. They've got potato breads. They got variety of sausages.
Okay.
I'm telling you, man, they got whatever they can put on a piece of toast. They got a caper. They got whatever the best analog they can put in here for a lingonberry, maybe a cranberry or something like that. This is the stuff that they got, and this is the stuff that I'm going to bring back up with me. It's going to be good.
Okay.
It hits the spot. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, I'll get the cart. I'll come back up on the elevator. And it is, again, like this is the second time I've asked, but Chamber Boggs is still covering all of this.
So far, you haven't seen any. You haven't seen.
I haven't seen a bill.
A bill yet. Come through underneath the floor.
I haven't seen a bill. I'm just saying that I'm beginning to wonder. I don't want this, but every time I give you a chit, something bad can happen to me as a result. Mm-hmm. And so obviously it's a point of concern. But so I don't want a Chamber Boggs heel turn. Okay. All I'm saying is that I don't know if it's a situation like if we're dealing with like a label, like a music label type thing, where it's like we're covering everything for you all the time. I guess we'll find out when I come down and get my cut. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm gonna wheel the cart back in.
Yep.
Is Rashawn up?
No, when you walk in, you can see in Rashawn's room, you see Ball grabbing Rashawn and raising and lowering him by his shirt, but Rashawn is planked.
Oh,
right?
It's like he's a haunted young man.
And there's just, and Ball just looks at you.
Listen, I mean, this is, you didn't believe it when I told you.
What did you do to him?
Listen, it's a hard life full of toil and strife these mech warriors undergo. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, we all know the old song. And look.
From Newsies?
No. I'm saying that he left it all on the field. And I think that is, I don't think, maybe we're going to have to go out to the field and get some of it back because he doesn't appear to have any now. And I mean,
and you just see him drop, and Rashawn just does like a pluff into the bed, and nothing happens. It does not wake up.
I say, look, it is what it is. I mean, I have to hope that these incredible baked goods will rouse him like a sorcerous elixir. So I'm just gonna leave the cart up by him, and eat. Well,
listen, I came here because I heard what was going on and I wanted in, but apparently it sounds like you need my help more than anything else again.
What help with what?
The kid's nearly dead. Apparently,
I have navigated. Ball, you should know. I have navigated these profound waters like a pro, like an expert. I've had nothing but success. Again, just like everywhere else I go. And now, yeah, I mean, is he at a point between life and death? This is the hero's journey. I mean, understand, this is just the underworld. I mean, if you have to think about it from a rich, think about the rich narrative tapestry, Ball. You ever think about that?
No.
You ever think about the tapestry, Ball?
No.
Anyway, this is the underworld. I mean, long story short, it's the underworld.
That's a bed.
Well, yeah, but it's a metaphor. It's a metaphor for. Did you say you were hungry?
Well,
no.
Yeah,
oh yeah, but now you're starting to feel a little hungry. Now listen, it's really fine. He's going to be fine soon. You tell me what you've come out to help with, Paul, because I mean,
apparently I didn't come out to help. I wanted in on what was ever going on out here in some of these fights, but apparently you can't keep the kid from getting killed.
Well, listen. I don't think that he's dead in the classic sense. Again, you have to understand that part of the hero's journey is you emerge from that in the possession of your true self. And
what in the hell are you talking about?
It's a type of journey. Everybody knows about it. You're the only one who doesn't know about this journey, Paul.
I don't think so.
No. Anyway, yeah, when he emerges.
From what?
Well, from the underworld, then he's going to come out and then he's going to be ready to do stuff.
Underworld? He's barely breathing.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like on brand, right? I mean, basically, that sounds basically correct. It's not the overworld.
This is and he lifts him up again.
Yeah,
this is good to you?
Yeah, he's haunted by the potential of failure. This is all metaphorical, but it's all literal. I will navigate these dark waters. I'm saying, what do you want? What do you want to put in the mix out here? Like, I'm overjoyed to see you, but I mean, are you ready to graduate? Are you ready to come up to the?
Excuse me, what?
I mean, maybe are you trying to? It seems like you're trying to get a little bit of the shine off of us that we've developed out here in the.
The what?
The Solaris reaches. I mean, we're making a name for ourselves, and then as soon as we start making a name for yourselves, Ball, I guess the jumps would have taken a long time, wouldn't they? So you've been actually on your way for a while.
A little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Did you hear about this stuff with the... I mean, we did have a run-in with the bounty hunter. Did that do anything for you?
Yeah, smart move.
Right? Yeah. But listen, I mean, obviously we got a place for you to stay. I'm saying that what is it you're trying to... Like, what levers are you trying to pull out here? I mean, it seems to me like you could be as big as you want out here. I don't know how we're connected with it.
Listen,
you have your own stable?
Yeah, but they're not. I want to fight with the kid.
Oh, I see. This is a mentor arc. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I guess I don't have any particular concern with that. Now,
I don't think you have any particular options.
Well, I mean, that might be right. I mean, I might actually have to have you fight and tell other people it's him. I got a couple paths.
You really feel like that's going to work?
Listen, in the list of things that I have managed to accomplish, it's not near the top. I mean, I have gotten away with things. You'd be surprised. I got away with some of them on you, so I'm not going to tell you the particulars. But you'd be mad. You'd resent it. Yeah. Pretty smart guy. Now listen. Mm-hmm. So you are out here. You are thinking it's a double act. You're thinking it's a sort of like a 2v2, like a tag team situation. You want to operate with the kid in a
whatever needs
collaborative.
To be done. I mean, we can work this out.
What are your? I'm still building out my network out here. I mean, what are your hookups? What are your hookups out here in?
I don't have much out here yet.
Really? You got that name though.
Obviously, everybody knows my name.
You got that name. I mean, I'd be surprised if people. I mean, Have you stopped by the cabin?
Not yet.
I feel like they're going to know you.
Probably will.
I feel like they're going to know you. In fact, I can take you there myself. I need to go there to talk to Chamber Boggs.
I haven't heard that name in a long time.
You've heard the name?
Chamber? Yeah.
Is he? I mean, I know he's OG. Well, I know he's old. I mean, the G part, I can't speak to.
Don't talk about him like that, all right? We in the community respect Chamber,
Yeah,
all right?
okay, all
Could
right.
you give the man a little bit more respect, please?
I mean, I'll try. No promises. All right. Now, I say, listen. And I've gotten done wiping up some gravy with some potato bread. It's right in the craw. I'm just gonna take a sausage, put it in the pocket. That's my pocket sausage for later. And then, yeah, I mean, it's fine if he sees it. It's fine. I say, oh, I'll put a napkin in the other pocket. All right, now are you happy? Now, my hope,
No manners.
my fantasy is that this succulent meal will rouse in Roshan a renewed vigor. And so I'm going to leave this right here. I'm going to scooch Roshan, because nothing's waking him up, short of a raise dead spell. I'm just going to scooch him over toward the tray and just direct him to the tray, waft some of the richness toward the young man. My job here is done. I've done everything I possibly could.
Yeah, seems like it.
Yeah. Here, come with me.
And Baal just slowly walk behind you.
Yeah. And so the cabin is just down the street from here, as I recall. Yeah. So what is morning like out here? It's Bergton.
Yeah, Bergton.
Yeah, I was going to say it was like Bergville, Town, something like this. What is this place like as it's waking up?
It's still
early, right?
Still early. The
Yeah.
sun is rising over the scenery. The dust is still kind of slowly making its way down the street through the
haze.
With the little bit of wind that is carrying it. It is still slightly hot for morning time.
Yeah.
And the noonday sun will make it even hotter as the day progresses.
And I mean, would I be correct in assuming, so we sort of tried to establish this narratively before, that Kramer's Parts is like noisy now?
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
Yeah,
it's basically a 24-hour
totally.
operation. He is, as we have described, essentially a cut man for mechs. And these mechs get back on the field.
Yep.
And they get back on the field and they work, but it's not 100% clear how he is managing to accomplish some of these feats on the timelines that he is accomplishing.
Right.
But we don't got to bother him yet. But I mean, would I be correct in assuming that I haven't seen ZZ since yesterday?
No, not at all.
Well, and this is after she had done the work on the Thanatos to get it in the ring. So now, if she is still there and not with me, and my guess is that she didn't go back to the Calypso alone, that means now she's there because she wants to be, even though she made a big show of teasing me about it, about placing her in there. So I'm not gonna go in there and gloat yet. But I will take Ball over to the cabin, and even though I figure we can post up in the back.
Yep.
We can start with coffee, and then we'll see where the evening takes us.
Yeah. As the bell on the door rings,
Oh,
as
is it one of those?
Slides open.
Nice.
It's more just for sound. 'Cause
Yeah.
There's no point to it, but everybody sees Ball behind you, and the talking just stops.
Yeah, but it keeps happening that I keep coming in with people who are known and recognized, and so Stavron has another opportunity to be disappointed briefly. But now he's experienced it enough times So I will just stand off to the side and direct people's attention to Ball.
And
Like a game show host.
Yeah, but Ball will just make his way over to a booth and sit down.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the people's champ. You know what I mean? He is not fancy. This is just his job. Wrecking mechs is his job. Right? So yeah, I'll order up a couple coffees at the front and I'll bring them back.
Yep. And Chamber walks in, he immediately spots both of you. He comes over to the
I just raise a cup.
table.
Yeah.
He's like, doesn't even pay attention to you.
No,
He
of course
goes
not.
straight to Ball. Oh, whoa, I haven't seen you in ages. And Ball's like, yeah. Been a long time.
And I say it sounds like you might be seeing. No.
You know this guy? How do you know him?
I mean, I look sheepish. I'm not 100% proud of the Ball arc. I mean, I did my best, when we were trying to come up in that feeder league. I had to hold forth and, bark big.
Yeah, but what's he doing here with you?
Listen, you gotta understand. He's got a relationship with the kid. You guys should talk. Honestly, this is basically the Rashawn Cole fan club right here. You guys should start charging for memberships. This is what I'm saying. Like you fellas, you saw something in the kid first, and I got to give you credit for
Yeah,
that.
because apparently you haven't.
Oh no, I did bring him to this planet. Trust me, for a very specific reason.
All right.
But no, I think there's a threshold beyond which, I obviously I know that, when he points down range, mechs fall over. I understand that. But you guys saw something else. And yeah, maybe I saw the career, but you saw the Mechwarrior. And so, success has many fathers, obviously. And I think that's something we can do together.
All right, that's interesting, but I'll take it into consideration. Sounds a little weird, but whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
But what I'm kind of most interested in is what the hell did you talk to Lightning about? I saw your little conversation.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know who this guy is. I thought that aside from him being jackass, that came across well. I think he's not used to, talking with the little people. And, I gave him the impression that I was there as coach for Franz. Just because I didn't want to.
Did I hear my name? You said Franz. And you
No.
Franz just walks over.
No, Franz.
He's like, what did you mean? You are my coach? I don't think so. I mean, I owe you this money, but I don't think this means you're my coach.
And obviously, we'd be happy to take receipt of the funds.
I also did not know that you know the infamous Ball. This is pretty impressive.
Well, yeah, Ball and I actually have a lot of history. We have a lot of history, but primarily his interest is in the boy. I mean, like a Mechwarrior. Mm-hmm. I mean, like to collaborate. Mm-hmm. I mean, to collaborate like in mech battles.
Ah, I see.
As shoulder to shoulder as warriors.
Ah, so you want to have another battle?
Well,
that's what you're saying.
I mean, potentially. I mean, I can see that happening. But Franz, I mean, are you sure you can get a piece of equipment on the field again and anytime soon? I mean,
well, seems like a funny insult coming from you.
No,
yeah.
I'm saying that.
Someone who would only put up 1 million C-bills. That's very cute.
Well, I mean, I'd be happy to accept the 1 million C-bills.
I've already sent them to your ledger.
I knew that. It was a test. Mm-hmm. You passed. So basically, but I mean, Franz.
Whoa!
Do you have more than one mech?
Franz and Ball and the kid. You're gonna have all of them together in a fight?
Well, no, I'm not here. Listen, I haven't discussed any of this.
This is a Chamber Boggs approved fight. We need to see this happen. Yes, I agree. We do need to see this happen.
Franz and who? Like, you have to understand. Like, I'm not sure that. I got to be honest with you. No, I'm not trying to denigrate you in any way, Franz. I mean, I don't know if that match moved the needle. I mean, we're trying to put the kid on the path of destiny here, and again, no offense, you spent a lot of time in that match running away, and so. For me, I'm trying to tantalize. I'm trying to titillate. There's another T word that I'm also interested in investigating.
Listen, all T's aside, if we have a 3v3 match, it's going to be fine.
Okay, so all right. So you're talking about 3v3. So far, I'm hearing 1v2, and you understand that's below the traditional threshold.
Yes, I can do the math.
Okay. Well, I'm glad. All right, so you and what army, as they say in the parlance?
Oh, I will get Franklin Lagrange. I think he was like a little
payback.
Little payback for the kid.
Franklin Lagrange. Okay, so you're saying, okay, now I'm starting to see it. So you're proposing a narrative arc that involves him starting out fighting each of you, but who are you going to round this out with?
Ah, yes. Jace McGowan.
I mean, Stavron doesn't even pretend to know. He just looks immediately over at Chamber Boggs and shrugs.
And Chambers, like, he just points to the corner of the cabin.
Ooh, that's awesome.
And in
that's
this
a great
corner
scene.
Cabin, it's just.
It's dark.
Yeah, it's dark. It's one of those stretch around seatings. And it's
for ballers only.
Yeah, it's just somebody clothed in black with a black hoodie, just kind of brooding in the corner.
Are we sure that he'll be able to go out in the sunlight? Or do we have to have the match at night, like in the night, like at midnight?
Oh, so you want a night match? I mean, that is
well,
fine
no,
too.
I don't. It doesn't matter to me when it is. I'm just saying that, like, my understanding about vampires broadly is that the sun is like an allergy for them, essentially.
I feel it's very offensive that you are judging someone by the looks.
Yeah, but he looks like that. You know what I mean? Like, I understand what you're saying, but also, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm getting kind of a cape sort of situation.
Have you ever talked to Jace? He might be the nicest man you've ever met.
I would not go over there unless I had like a gorget. I can't have him biting on this neck. I got a slender neck. You know what I mean? He has a bestial ferocity. I can tell from here. And he's just
brooding in the corner.
He's just enveloped by darkness.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I say, well, look. I mean, I'll go talk to him. First, I'm going to see what he's drinking.
It's a mug of beer.
Oh, wow. AM, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I'm going to get 2 of those, and I'm going to bring him back, and I'm going to set him down. And I'm just going to brood as well. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to also brood for a while. Like, as long as it takes. If he never says anything, then Stavron will never say anything.
He's not breaking. He's looking at you, but not saying a thing.
This is great. I mean, I'll finish the beer. And I mean, has he finished his first beer by the time the second one starts?
He hasn't taken a sip since his beer was done prior to when you put it.
Oh, I love it. Here. Then I'm basically just gonna bust the table. I'll grab the glasses and bring him back up to the front.
As you go to bust the table, he takes the beer that you gave him and starts to drink it.
Perfect. Nice. Yeah. I mean, no reason to give anything up. Yeah. I mean, I'll bring these cups back up to the front, set those down, and then I'm just gonna, now that I have done this labor, I'm just gonna ask the bartender. I'm like, can you tell me about Jace McGowan? Like, what's the energy? I mean, I know you've seen me around. Like, what's going on with this guy?
Oh,
like, is everything all right at home?
He's just a loner.
I wish that he had access to after-school activities. I'll go back to my table. I say, well, I mean, I didn't get super far, Maybe, Franz, are you on good terms with McGowan, or?
Yes, he's a very nice man.
Okay. Well, yeah, let him know we're interested in a 3v3. See, what did you bring along with Paul? Did you bring any of your equipment, or were you hoping to try something from our stable?
No, I've got mine.
Okay. He was piloting a direwolf back in the day, right? Mm-hmm. It's a monster, like a horrifying monster. Mm-hmm. So now we just got to figure out what the 3 is. We just got to figure out who is taking up that slot 3. It could be me, but my gunnery isn't as good.
Yes, who are you going to bring to this fight?
I say, well, let me handle that. Right now, our
We have the
our
mighty
marquee
ball and we have the little kid, but I do not see a third.
No, we're going to need, obviously, the third. Historically, the third time has been the charm. See, I look over at Ball and I'm like, see, metaphors, right? This is, see what I'm saying? Think about it. But I'm going to, to me, the right call, if we're going to be putting this team in front of people, just in terms of the best numbers to put on the field, it's probably got to be Burnout, would be my guess. And so I can go talk to him and see if he wants to do it. I can fill in. I'm sure he would prefer that he handle it over ZZ, and maybe even over me. But I haven't been back to the Calypso in a little bit, so I can go back there and work out the rest of this deal, I think.
And Chamber looks at you and says, so, kid.
Right.
Versus that. And
versus Baron von Dracula.
Yeah.
Vlad Dracul.
And Lagrange. All right, it's a good match. It's a good match. No one's saying it isn't.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm saying I'm gonna bring a third leg for this stool. The match is gonna have to be in a couple days. We got to get these things. We got to get this equipment ready to go.
Yeah, I don't think you even have a mech to put in this thing.
This is what I'm saying. Like I feel like a big part. And again, I haven't. I've only been part of a few, but I feel like a big part of these games is battle mechs. And right now, we don't have those. And so I'm going to see what I can do.
It's a good call.
Yeah.
It's a good call.
This is how I feel as well. I stand up, tap the table, gentlemen. And now I got to walk back.
Roll me a perception check.
This is how we've been getting back and forth, right? Mm-hmm. All right, here you go. You are looking at a 10.
As you get up, you just see Jace's eyes just watch you and follow you around the cabin.
That's fine. It's totally fine for me. I like this guy already. I think that he's great. I think having the presence just to ride out a stranger coming over to your table and drink an entire beer and then leave, like that would be a hard scene to do in the live action version of this movie. But I liked it. I thought it turned out pretty good. But no, so it's like, before it's like, 9:15, I've already been drinking. Now it's time to wander back to the Calypso through these blasted out reaches, fields.
Mm-hmm. And you can make your way back to the Calypso with ease. But what you do notice is the mesh grating that the nanobots have been putting over the giant gaping hole.
Yeah, the hole. What is it? It's the let's see. We have the two. We got starboard and port.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. So the port side. Just for everyone's mental knowledge, the hole is basically the left port side of the vessel, completely exposed and open to the air.
But the mesh that was getting put up over it, just to give it a little bit of deflection.
Yeah.
that mesh has now been turned into a polymer.
Oh, weird.
So it's harder than mesh would be.
Oh wow! So they're like bugs or something. They've put together some material. Well, it's almost like 3D printing basically, right? They've got some kind of a filament in there, and they have. Well, oh, I see. This is great. Or it's like at a car, like at a car shop where they where you're patching over like actual damage. Yeah, I mean, is there still an obvious way to get in, or do you have to be an insect?
No, you can get in. They have made the bay doors still operable.
Oh, nice.
With this new polymer. But you get in and you hear tiki music blasting. You see the Atlas bar is kind of alive. Lights are flickering all around it. You see Burnout just laying back with a tiki drink and a cigar in hand.
So he's actually having a great time.
Yeah, he's loving life.
Oh, God, this is incredible. Well, yeah, I mean, I gotta roll right back in. This is better than I could have asked for. This is incredible. Now we did have to pull some stuff out of the Atlas face, but not too much stuff. We were able to find some wealth. It's a Arrested Development reference. It's the banana stand. But I mean, I will literally take a seat at the bar.
Okay. And Burnout says, "Hey, Gil, you need a drink?"
I say, "Well,
this is great."
I say, "Well, I'm at the bar."
Yeah.
I mean, this is historically a drinking context.
And he just starts whipping you up. He stands up and is just literally going cocktail on you, and you just see his hands moving in a manner that has not yet ever seen this relaxed version of Burnout before.
Yeah, I'm looking around. I'm looking around inside the hold, and I'm just trying to guess really quick if he's had guests. Like, has he made friends out here? Like, is he dating? Is he on like 4 farmers? Like, has he found
Finder?
some? Yeah, exactly. I'm enjoying the show, obviously, but I'm also like sort of like looking back behind the bar, like how many glasses have we gone through?
Oh, there's been a lot of tiki. I mean, you see a couple stacks laid back.
I don't think it's basically. I don't think this is solo. I don't think this is solo. I think that he has met someone out here.
Okay.
I think that, and I don't know anything about her. All right. I am putting this out here just to establish that while we are in town, he has turned a new page in his life, and he has a girlfriend out here in the reaches, and they basically have the place to themselves. Yeah, redhead, are you serious? The Kiko, her name is Edda Troon. Bro, too soon. Don't even come in here with this. That's my mom. Oh God, oh no. God, I hadn't even considered that.
I'll take that chip now.
Oh God, no. Oh God, the ultimate betrayal. Yeah, Burnout becomes Stavron's stepdad. Exactly right.
Trying to put the wires together for that one.
That's a Cyclops rolls up. Doc, I have a new sister. God.
There's something we've been meaning to tell you.
No, this is the Inner Sphere Brady Bunch. It's not good. It's not good times. And I'm gonna tip back my pina colada and say, you look good.
Yeah, I know. Listen, there's nothing to worry about. Bounty Hunter's gone. We're just relaxing on Solaris.
Yeah.
Why not kick back and have a good time?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? What's there to worry about anymore?
Yeah.
Nothing.
And so I was going to look back and count the drinks. There's like what, 20 22 glasses. something like that.
Probably in that. There's at least 16.
Yeah, I say. I mean, that's. I understand what you're saying, and I raise a glass and I say, but that, I say, I'm just 16.
Yeah, you haven't been here in 3 days. It's not like
it wouldn't bother
listen. I'm
me.
only having a couple a day.
I agree.
Yes, 4 days, 5 days. 16,
I think I agree that you are having a couple a day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That puts me at 12 to 15 to 16.
Is it lonely out here? Burnout?
No, I've got all the little
having a rough
nanobots.
time?
It's great.
Yeah.
All the nanobots are with me.
Yeah.
It's a fun time.
Yeah.
Shit, even Oberon learned how to drink. You gotta spike his oil with a little bit
exactly. You get a little something extra.
Yeah.
Little juice. I like the idea that Oberon is spending a lot more time outside, like in the elements. And so, because he's sort of like latched onto his rail that runs along the length of the Calypso. And I think there's a couple seedlings and things. I think that he is sort of becoming part of the ship up there. I mean, eventually he's going to have to crawl away, and he's going to have to tear out of all this moss and stuff like that. But right now, I think that there is a little bit of weathering.
Yeah, you see him
to Oberon
in a water suit, and there's a couple guys like Lisan Al Galib.
Exactly. Yeah, it's very, very Dune.
Yeah.
So, that's what I think is going on there, and it's a positive development. And so I'm not gonna bust his balls or anything. I mean, I'm just just pace yourself. Like.
You're telling me to pace myself?
I am.
Well, why don't you have another one?
I will. Just so I can show you that it's possible.
Whips up another one.
Exactly. I'm going to show you that it's possible to control your intake.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work. So after the third one, that's when I say, now, Burnout, I want to talk to you about something.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to set up a 3v3. Ball's in town.
What?
Listen, I'm just as shocked as anybody. This is not his neighborhood. But I think he's ready to make a play so long as he, is out there on the field with the kid, which I can see it.
Yeah, how's Rashawn doing, by the way? Not hurt, doing fine?
Oh, yeah, he's, last I saw, he was conscious.
That's it?
Yeah. I mean, I think we all strive for that. I think we all want to be conscious, don't we?
You want to expand on that?
No. But right now they're setting up a 3v3, and right now it's a 2v3, where the other two are Rashawn and Ball, but there's a burnout-sized hole in that. I'm just saying there's a burnout-sized hole in this 3v3 comp.
And what? What are you trying to say?
Well, I'm saying that you, especially now that all the danger, all the fear of the bounty hunter, it's all melted away. And now I think this would be a great opportunity for you to, get in the saddle. And
No. You're killing my vibe, man. I'm out here. I'm having a good time. I'm finally able to relax. Chill. You don't need me fighting.
I mean, I think I do.
I don't need to be fighting.
I think I do need you fighting.
I think I've done enough. Holds up his hand.
Yeah, well, yeah. I guess. What? How is that? Is that you taking care of it? Like,
well, it's healed.
Yeah, you're putting ointment on there. Like, I don't know. It's a unique wound. I don't know what you're supposed. I don't know how to take care of that.
Thankfully, we had the nanobots, but it's okay.
Oh
it's
yeah,
okay.
I don't think they know a lot about it either.
It's fine. It's been healed. It's scabbing over. Nothing's wrong.
That sounds, yeah. Okay, well, that sounds good. We love to hear the scab.
Just chill.
All right.
Have another drink.
Okay, well, listen, I mean, that's the first sensible thing you've said all day. So I will definitely step into drink 4, 100%. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need back here. And I'm like, yeah, it's like, no problem. I'll definitely, like, I think that ZZ can handle it. I shouldn't have come out here and asked you to
Whoa.
ask you to do that.
Wait, you're going to put ZZ in these games? Come on, you can find somebody else. There's like 9 guns you can hire, I'm sure, in town. You want it, first of all, I'm sure ZZ's got her own thing she's doing. You already told me when you came back to get that helmet that she was working with somebody fixing mechs.
No, she is,
great.
but you know,
That's
you
great.
can't, but
I
you
like she's
can't.
fixing. You don't need to put her in another battle, man. You don't need to put her in another battle.
All I'm saying
Listen, you just don't need to put her in
is
another battle.
that-
Go hire somebody else, cut them in part of the profit, and boom. You got new mechs, you got new people, you got new. Look, it's a whole new vibe.
Listen, I have one
it's
button.
a whole new vibe.
I have one button, and on the button it says cut people into part of the profit, and I keep pushing it. I don't want to push. I want to stop pushing that button. For a little while, it's pushed out. Okay, it's pushed out. Burnout. It's pushed. It's kaput.
Yeah, push.
No. I say, well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I can do it. It's not a great idea. I'm not as good at it. I mean, I came out to ask you to do it because I think that you're good at it. If it's, I mean, obviously I don't want it to interfere with your love life, but
My what? I am having a wonderful time here,
Yes.
relaxing with the bots.
I don't think
And-
you're dating a bot. And if you are, I want to
I don't think I'm dating
talk
anybody.
about that in detail. Because now I've got serious questions. Is it safe, first of all? Probably not.
I'm not dating anyone. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Yeah, so now I'm just going to go look at the rims of the glasses. I'm just going to come back into the bar.
Maybe your perception check.
I'm just going to look at the rims of the glasses. That's all. 5, 6, 7.
Oh.
Ah,
You don't know any. You
It's
don't.
8.
You don't
Ugh.
see anything that's too that would point you
Too
there's
much.
There's nothing too obvious about the glasses. It's not like there's like some red lipstick or glaring.
yeah. Well, all right.
I mean, if you want to wash them, you go ahead.
No,
I don't know
that-
why you're looking so hard
No.
at these things. But
That sounds terrible.
yeah, something get
not
the
doing that.
washing. Yeah.
I'm not going to engage in that
Just chill.
form of labor. Some of us can't chill. All right? Some of us are constitutionally unable to chill. Burnout. Some of us don't have the chill gene.
Have
right.
another one. Maybe it'll happen.
Maybe it'll unlock a secret. Maybe it'll like ethylate. I was reading about this. All right, so I'll have drink 5, but then I'm leaving. Then I'm gonna stumble back to Bergton, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
So that was a total wash. That did not work at all. He is not available for this task at this time, and maybe it's for the best. Maybe it's for the best that he has, found someone out here. I mean, that sounds great. I mean, we love that for him, as they say in the parlance. No, but those are the heavy thoughts that stir in Stavron as he's walking back.
Okay.
Everything's great. This is what I realized on my way back. I realized just how cool and great everything is. And I've been worried about a lot of stuff. But you know what? That's over now. Is that New Leaf Ball's here? Or Ball could probably take those 3 guys on by himself.
Mhm.
If he's got his old direwolf, I remember what he was doing on Chagos. He's probably going to handle this. I mean, I'll just hang around the back. I'll leave my mech in the. Wait a second. Would people be interested in a 2v3? as a novel exhibition match. God, I hope Kiko's not still watching. I hope Kiko's not still watching. I'm just gonna. Oh God. Oh, no. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, it is about this time that Stavrin comes up with the idea to do a 2v3 match. On his way halfway through, he's, it trips. There's obviously this place is torn by various tests of various kinds. Centuries of explosions have made something like a lunar surface. He does fall into one of the holes briefly and rolls down for a while, but is lost in thought. Oh, move your seat so much. Yeah, Chacho San Chagos. It's already happening. Let's chop this hero's journey right at the knees. So, I'm not sold on it forever. I mean, we'll see how it goes. But I am definitely on my way back. I roll down into one of these indentations, climb my way back out.
So as you're climbing your way out of this, eclipse in the in the dirt,
it's concave.
Yeah, you put your hand up and it just grabs onto a boot.
And in my mind, I'm like, are boots naturally occurring?
No.
That's his first thought. It's like, wow, what a novel. I give it a little squeeze, a little wiggle. I'm like, that feels just like a human boot.
And you look up and you can see that it is Jace staring down at you. This cloaked figure.
Jace McGowan?
Staring down at you.
Obviously I say Mr. McGowan, obviously. Had I known that was not a naturally occurring boot, I would never have gripped it with such enthusiasm and ferocity.
And he kneels down and says, "Are you frightened?"
Of what?
I guess not nearly frightened enough.
Well, I'm frightened of the... I am a little worried that vampires have learned to walk among us in the day. That's something we can discuss, to be sure. That's the only thing that we had going against them. Now, right? Give him a couple quick pokes in the chest. Now look at you.
You have everyone here trying to set up matches against you.
Really?
It seems like it.
That's great.
They've roped me into one.
Well, yeah, they were certainly trying to. I mean, I was going to go ask, but I was just enjoying the vibe at first. I saw no reason to ruin it with words. I was just there to enjoy the silence. You going back?
Yes.
So I say, now do you want to take a couple seconds here and then I'll start, or do you want to start going and then I'll wait and then...
He just turns around and starts walking.
So I'll catch up with him. There's no reason not to catch up with him. I mean, the alternative is just to, continue engaging in his, the useful thoughts he's already engaged in. So Jace McGowan, it seems like some of these Mechwarriors have got crazy names, like Lightning or Lava Lamp or something like that. Just Jace McGowan? Your mom named you that?
And you get nothing in return. He's just walking.
Yeah, I'm curious, because it seems like there's a couple ways. It Or it could be even like Jace Mac McGowan. If you could consider something like that. Kind of get the last name in there a little bit. I'm just saying.
Just call me Jace.
Jace. Oh, okay. All right. Jace. Jason.
And you see him pick up his speed.
It's fine. It's fine. I don't. I have mild asthma, so it's just as soon as he starts to pick up the speed, I'm down on my knees, like, oh man, it was already hard work keeping up with him. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a missed opportunity there with Jace McGowan. You know, McGee, something like that. I don't know. I mean, eventually our stable here is going to be larger, and if there's a situation like that where I can roll him in, you know, we can start to alter the brand a little bit, right? I mean, that's what I'm thinking about. I think there's big potential there.
And he just keeps walking.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh yeah. We're done. I have nothing to offer him yet. At some point in the future, we do. But it is interesting. It sounds like everybody is coming in, and they're all trying to hook in at various points to this seed crystal of Rashawn Cole, which is the system is working basically. Like the interest level there is high, and I think going back to back, as even though it was difficult, I think going back to back probably did not hurt. Mm-hmm. But going forward, it's got to be a 1 day on, 1 day off situation. He's got to do cold plunges or something. You know what I mean? He has to do cold plunges, and he has to read Stoic literature, just to get his head right. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yeah. I mean, I'll wander back into town. Except this time, I'm going to stop at Kramer's Parts.
Okay.
First.
Kramer's is bustling.
Oh, I bet. And I mean, the truth is that every time we see a match, we're probably going to see that same equipment around here somewhere in town.
Yeah. And Bruce comes out and says, "Hey, Zizi's doing great."
I say, listen, and I really want to take a second to thank you for taking her under your wing.
Well, I kind of want to make an offer. I mean, what if she started to work for me instead of you?
Well, I mean, it's complicated. My first blush is that I want to fight you in the street, but that's only because ZZ and I have a relationship going back a bit. But the real angle is that, you know, she lives on the ship with her dad. Mm-hmm. I mean,
what? Her dad doesn't want to make money?
I'm sure that he does. Although, I mean, he's sort of moved into a new time in his life. It's very Margaritaville. He's sort of moved into a new era. He may not be thinking much about this, to be honest. But I mean, I'd say that's the final boss of that decision. You're gonna have to bring that up with him.
No, I'm talking to you. You're the captain or the commander of this ship.
Yeah.
I mean, what if I give you 10% of everything that gets repaired here for ZZ's service? She stays on this planet. Works for me.
That sounds terrible.
I think it's great. I mean, you're making out. You get lots of money.
Yeah. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that it's a bad business deal. I'm just saying that we do a little bit more than business. I mean, that ship is a family. Now it might be that she doesn't feel that way. It might be that, you know, she's ready to branch out.
I haven't told her about this. I'm just putting it to you first.
Well, you know, I have to talk with her anyway. So I can put it in front of her. Yeah, I'll put it in front of her. Maybe that's good.
Okay.
Maybe that's good for her. Maybe that's better for her. Yeah, she back there?
Yeah, she's working hard.
Well, here, I'm going to get I'm gonna roll back in there and take. Do better. Here you go. So I'm gonna be quiet for a second, right?
Yep. Just for a moment.
I mean, realistically speaking, we could make an arrangement. You're already going to pay me, 5% for these tabs. I'm paying you 10% for her work. We could make this all wash out.
Yeah.
So where you're paying me 15% total.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I caught that. That ain't gonna work. Yeah, I'm gonna say, well, yeah. I mean, it's she's a big girl. It's it's probably time for her to, if this is what she's gonna do and she's got a gift for it, maybe it's time for her to start considering an apprenticeship. And we're not leaving Solaris anytime soon. There's a hole in the side of our ship that you could fly another second ship through. It's a very large hole.
Sounds like a big hole.
It's a real big hole. But yeah. Let me go talk to her. So I'll part my way through this cable jungle. There's all these hydraulic cables, pneumatics. The place sounds like a war zone.
Mm-hmm. You don't see any of your mechs being repaired.
Yeah. I mean, that makes
You
sense.
haven't commissioned them yet, but there are mechs being worked on.
Yeah, I mean, we need 3. We probably need to get the asp. It looks like the dire wolf is coming. That'll be factory fresh. The asp is really where he shines, and then, God, the third one's probably the timber wolf. If I'm being honest, because it has the most substantial damage upgrades. But yeah, I mean, those are the 2 that I need to get fixed. But yeah, I'm just going back in here looking around for her.
Yeah, you can see her going from mech to mech, repairing a piece at a time, essentially.
Oh, it's like
she's bouncing.
It's like a
It's almost like an assembly
line. She's just sort of like suspended, moving at a certain threshold, going up. I say, hey, Zizi.
Yeah?
Hey, so how do you feel? And no, yeah. I say, no, it should be like that. The whole time I'm trying to talk to her, it should be sounds. I mean, you don't have to do it. I'm just saying that, again, for the live action version, that's how it is, right? A lot of twisting. Yeah. Say, I mean, Roshan has a 3v3 fight coming up. And I'm wondering if that's something you'd be interested in.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be a problem.
Yeah, obviously not. No, I'm in. Done.
Okay, well that didn't take very long.
No.
Now what are we going to talk about? I mean, what else do we have to discuss?
I don't know. Why you bothering me?
Well, I mean, aside from that, nothing. I don't think.
Great.
It's just the metallic jungle sounds just keep roaring around.
She's going from mech to mech to mech.
Yeah. And I'm just like looking down. It's like, I don't think that Stavron has ever had, like, you can't really see like the back wall of this. Mm-hmm. It's sort of like an 80s arcade where it's possible to believe that it from certain angles, it's possible to believe that there's just darkness and lights and it goes on forever. Mm-hmm. And so he can't really see the back end of this, and Zizi probably knows all of the angles on it. But this is a place that she could basically learn forever. This is the sort of person that would get a tab made of them, right? Mm-hmm. Like I can see that angle, and I'm gonna look up at Zizi and say, yeah, there was something else, but I forget what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you seem a little.
Oh yeah, I was drinking a lot with your dad.
What?
Yeah, I was drinking a lot with your dad. I think he has a girlfriend.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, I was surprised
Hold on, and
Well-
you just see like all the wrenches drop, everything. She comes
too. No,
out of the
it's just like
spider web.
they rain from the sky.
Yeah, she comes out. She's like, "You want to explain that to me?
Well,
please."
I think that he should probably explain it to you, and I mean I can't prove it. So your dad either has a girlfriend
So
or
you have nothing to go on.
except for my unerring knowledge and wisdom. Yeah,
Of what?
just my I can part the veil. Like I can see past the numbers.
Yeah, into shittier numbers.
Well,
is
yeah,
usually
yeah,
the case.
but I mean, those. It's not like those are never true. Listen, either way, you should probably go visit him because he either has a girlfriend or he has a very serious drinking problem. It's one of the two. It's one of those two things. And look, I know that he likes a piña, and he's not afraid of a colada. You know what I mean? But you should probably go visit him soon. Is all I'm saying. It'd be worth stopping in. I wouldn't announce yourself. That way, you might get a chance to meet your new mom. So
My what?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how far along it's gotten with them. We'll see how it goes.
We've been gone for like a week.
He moves fast. He doesn't have much time left. You know what I mean?
What the hell are you talking about?
I forget. Anyway, I got to go back to the cabin. So after detonating several warheads, I want to turn around, but I want to get lost briefly. I want to get lost briefly in the dark jungle of the mechanisms. See a couple mechs I don't remember having seen before. But I do need to get 2 mechs slotted in.
Yeah.
So on my way back out, when I talk to Bruce Kramer, I want to try to get the ASP. I gotta get the ASP and the Timberwolf slotted.
Okay.
For this 3v3.
Okay. And he's looking at you like, so okay, when do you need these by?
Well, I mean, I say we don't have a date yet. But I'll give him an idea. I'm like, it's Franz Lagrange and this Jace McGowan. You know what I mean? Like, Jace McGowan. What? No, I'm worried that he's a daywalker too. I think we're about to have a super big vampire problem.
Well, I sponsor him, and you're asking me to fix some mechs that are going up against him.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's it. Yeah, I mean, I
don't know if I can do that anymore.
You sponsor Jace McGowan?
Yeah.
I mean, tell me about him. I mean, is he one of the good kind? Like just rats?
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Okay. All right. If it's a rats only situation, I think that's.
What do you mean rats? He's fine. I don't know what.
Yeah.
What? There's nothing wrong with the guy. He's just a very nice guy. Just really good in the mech.
Okay. Well. Yeah. I mean, I'm talking about his condition.
What condition?
I think you know what I'm talking about. And it's weird that you keep acting like you don't.
I don't.
Anyway, so you're saying that you can't repair any of my battle mechs?
It's just going to look bad. If I'm repairing mechs against my own, sponsorships, how do you think that makes me look?
Wealthy?
Okay, maybe go see if Jace will let me repair these mechs, and we'll talk.
All right. So I'm gonna go. I've already been lost, so now I'll just leave out the front and head over to the cabin where I hope that several of these people are holding court. Are Chamber and Ball still here?
Yeah, they're still talking.
Okay. Well, what's the companion? Like, what's the energy over there?
Friendly, very friendly.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, he would. Chamber would definitely follow the bright lights of the feeder leagues, and he probably also has questions about why Ball Ball stayed away from here.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I mean, my guess is that kind of stuff is going to come up, but I don't know him well enough to run that by him. But I see Jace is back in the corner.
Oh yeah, he's like back in his brooding.
Jason the Wheeled Warriors. All right. Well, yeah. So I'm going to go back and say, listen, I feel like it's possible we got off on the wrong foot. And we're about to find out if it's possible to get off on 2 wrong feet.
He's just looking at you.
All right, so my garage that I use to repair my mechs for these matches, turns out it's your garage also. It sounds like you have a deal with Bruce. And he is wondering, which I think is reasonable, if it's going to be a problem if he repairs the mechs that are going to be going up against you in this fight. Now, I don't think there's an issue. I mean, I need these, you're going to be fighting against these mechs. You need these mechs fixed in order to fight them, along with Franz and Franklin Lagrange. That triumvirate. So, I mean, you tell me, is that an issue? Is that going to be an issue long term? Is this going to be an issue that I have to deal with a lot out here? Because I need the mechs get broken when they fight. I need to have them fixed.
Make me a whatever applicable skill you want.
This is probably negotiation, would be my guess.
Yep.
All right. So bad. Literally the worst. I'm giving you, I give you, to manifest the meme, a 7, and you give me
9.
That's more.
And as you're fumbling these words around to him, he's just looking you up and down. Yeah, why would I even care? I mean, of course you can get this fixed.
This is what I said. I didn't think it was going to be a big deal. I think that Bruce Kramer is just like the last good man. He just wants to make sure things are cool.
Yeah, get your mechs fixed.
This is how Jace, can I call you Jace? Thank you. I had every faith that we would be able to work this out in a heroic fashion. Stand up, charge directly out, right across the street to Bruce Kramer, and say, McGowan's in.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. I told you.
Well, he's nice now, but when the bloodthirst takes hold?
What in the hell are you talking about?
This is the concern I have, that he'll be maddened by thirst. Then none of us are safe. But I must have caught him. I must have caught him after a feed. So.
No, he's genuinely a nice guy.
Yeah. Okay. I hear what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I'm just saying. It's about context ultimately. You understand what I mean. I mean, you get it, right? You understand?
No.
I'll take that as a yes. So now I need to see if I even have a young pilot to operate in these games. So I'm going to head back up to the Dirk Jester honeymoon suite and see if my catering has done anything for this young man.
No, he's still out.
Has he shifted at all?
Yeah, he's moved around.
Okay.
But
listen, I'll take it.
From mummified to like that stretched out like.
Oh, this is like a Back to the Future.
Yeah.
He's just twisted and wrung out.
The bedding is in between every kind of leg and arm.
Okay. Well, listen. That's going to offer him some natural protection from the elements, I'm sure. I mean, it's for the best. It's up to fate now. Has there been even an errant nibble
No food.
Jeez. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, it's been a full day. I'm going to turn on. The other night when we came back from the fight, we had a chance to have all the screens running. I'm going to see if this might tantalize him a little bit. I'm going to have all the screens running over because last time we were like eating room service and watching the screens. I'm just going to scoot the tray over for me because there was, because Ball didn't end up eating his. And then I'm just going to set up the different matches up on the screen, and then see if the upcoming match that Chamber Boggs is setting up is there, even with a question mark on the third pilot.
Yeah. You see various matches all running. You see the ticker tape below.
Little Chiron.
Each match and the upcoming matches at the different stadiums. You do see the salvage yard match come up. You only see the name Ball and Jace right now.
Oh, interesting. Oh, so they're sort of leading out the card. Interesting. Okay, if they're putting Jace at Ball level, that is a gut check.
But you do start to see Roshan's feet wiggle.
Just the toe?
Yeah.
Perfect. So I can hear that rustle, and then, I was to turn back, just like not even look, just grab the bread, and just spend the afternoon absorbing data, like watching watching these other interviews, seeing the different, from the salvage yard, try to get a sense of what they consider the arc. Like once you do your time out here, where, like when you graduate from here, where do you go? See any other Kramer's parts, like anybody else he's sponsoring? I'm just trying to, this is just raw research at this point.
You don't see, he hasn't sponsored anything else other than...
So we got to him, except for Jace, right? We got to him fast, which is good. And I think it was the chamber cosign that gave us the pushover.
So you're only having 2 max repair, okay.
Yeah, okay, because he's got the hopefully his direwolf is in good shape. I guess I don't know why. He may have some other reason for coming out here that I don't know. But yeah, now that I've finished Roshan's breakfast, I'm gonna go down and get. I'm just gonna run it back. So there's something. So when he does wake up, there is something on the tray for him to enjoy.
Okay. Good. And Ball turns up at the suite as well.
Okay, but see now I have the bathrobe from the suite. With it on the back, it's got like the Tiamat logo. You know what I mean? And like Dirk Jester right in the middle, but then the different heads coming out from all sides. So I'm just dialed in. Like I'm locked in here in the afternoon, ready to absorb data.
And Ball mentions, he's like, who is this lightning guy I keep hearing about? Chamber mentioned him, but couldn't tell me much.
And so I turn my back to him.
To Ball?
To Ball. And I reach my hand back and point to the golden head, which is not going to make sense to him, but it's pretty funny. Say, yes, this is him. This one here.
Bathrobe?
No. He is a. I've met him. He's a man. He has no robe, sir. He has no garment. I say, no, he. So out here, I say, well, I mean, you've heard of Tiamat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I say he's one of the pilots in Tiamat.
One of the new ones? I don't remember.
Yeah, exactly. Like they have a whole new roster. I mean, I think since Dirk Jester, they probably switch him out pretty fast.
Like Menudo?
Yeah, I mean, it's basically, it's like a, well, I mean, I would say it's a boy band, but there's there's 2 women in there. I don't know. I don't know the full roster. I just see them coming up sometimes. But yes. Yeah, well, Dirk, I understand. I'm like, I say, listen, Paul, you're not hooked in, okay? You're not hooked in. Dirk left. Dirk is no longer in Tiamat. You're thinking
Dirk's no longer in Tiamat.
No. Dirk broke out. I say, this is actually very much like a boy band. Now that you say it, he has gone solo. So he's no longer in Tiamat.
But Laser Von Beam is still part of it.
Yeah, I think I've seen Laser Von Beam show up on the screen a couple times.
Valkyrie Rain still in there.
Yeah, Valkyrie Rain. Yeah, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what I saw.
Okay.
Yeah, Laser Von Beam, Valkyrie Rain, yes.
Lightning.
Yeah, Lightning de Foudre, which I think means lightning in French.
Yeah, and Francis.
Francis?
Yeah, Francis.
No, I don't think it's Francis.
I'm pretty sure it's Francis.
No, I think they have another cool. I think they have another cool name. I think that.
I mean, Francis, yeah.
Maybe. I mean, I think they all have to have cool names. I'd be surprised if Francis got through.
I'm pretty sure it's Francis.
Well, I mean, maybe. I'm changing the channels. I'm trying to find a little mini documentary on the modern day, on the modern day 5-piece Tiamat. I don't think it's Francis.
Oh, you Lance Cannon.
Oh, yeah. I think that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lance Cannon, but there's one more.
Francis.
I don't think it's I don't think it's Francis. I don't think it is. You really seem to believe it. I'm open to the possibility of a Francis. I'm allowing the concept of Francis to flow in. It could be Francis. Honestly, I'm starting to feel like it's Francis. Okay. Yeah, so Francis is the 5th one. Yeah, I think we got them all now.
I didn't even know Dirk left.
I mean, the truth is, my guess is a lot of these OGs that you might have crossed paths with in the past. But yeah, Dirk is sort of moved out, but Tiamat is still considered the cream of the crop when it comes to the.
Yeah, apparently they haven't updated the suite.
This is, but he's got his face. It's like it's in the part of your back you can't scratch, like the Dirk Jester face, like maybe on purpose. But I'm like, no, he's here, but you have to understand, he's sort of like, he's considered like the heart of the brand, the heart of the team. Like they're still doing events. You know what I mean? I'm showing them this. They're at some type of event. It's like some lord's birthday party. They've showed up. They got their, they have their suits on. I'm like, see, yeah, this type of stuff. So this is, I'm like, and this is the type of stuff that we're just not going to get Rashawn to do. And I don't hold it against the kid. I'm just saying that, like, this baby kissing shit, like this is part of it.
Yeah, no kidding.
He's
got to get good at it.
This is part of the game.
You got to get him good at it.
I like to think that it's like a muscle you can work out.
He's going to have to learn sometime.
In the gym.
Put Chamber Boggs on him.
Oh no, I've already sicked Chamber on him, but I have another cool idea. And I think it's going to work. What if we have ZZ do the interviews just wearing the helmet? What if she does talks like in a lower voice?
God, you are still so dumb.
I
thought you were better now.
No.
Good Lord.
No, that's a lot of people get me wrong that way.
You want to have ZZ do his interviews.
Well, yeah, basically. Yeah, and she'll have the neural helmet on, right? And they basically look the same.
And what happens if somebody takes the helmet off?
Well, then we're in a real pickle there. We're in a world of hurt. That can't be allowed to happen. I don't know if we can tape it on, something like that. Like duct tape. Like under the chin. That's what I'm thinking. That's the best idea I got. And it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Right? You're glad to be back, aren't you? I love it. I love what we're going to do together. That's what I love. I love taking it to the next level.
Going to the cabin. Stands up, walks out.
Absolutely. So I get my re-up of breakfast delights situated at a time that I think that I'm hoping that these twitchings eventually become something like consciousness.
Yeah, and you see Roshan just start to wake up, and the stretches after a long day's rest, and the muscles are starting to kind of work and move in a similar fashion to normal operating.
Yeah. The baseline.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, I mean, I'll grab a fork and I'll cut the sausage into bites. I'll just prep the plate. He's not going to be ready. If he sees a whole sausage, he might be intimidated. I want to make sure that he understands he can address this sausage at a rate that makes sense to him.
But at that point, you just literally see him snap up and start inhaling
He just
everything.
like gets up. I mean, the truth is, I've never seen him wake up. Right? Yeah. He just gets up.
Yeah, very rigid, very, very to the point. Gets up, starts eating.
He's back. Like he was. The switch was off, and now it's on.
Now it's on.
Yeah, and I see no reason to bother him. He's gonna let that happen. He's got, I think we described something like 3 screens over here. I'm just gonna keep those moving through the freshest content.
And that's where we're for that.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, dude, that was the 2-man version of this game is fun as hell. We were able to pack it in. I got to put my special dice that I got from Randall back in the container that I got from Randall at PAX Unplugged. No, it should be firmly established that if you go, and I tweeted this out earlier, Josh, there's no reason that you should know, but I tweeted it out earlier, but there is, if you are interested, the Black Remnant Lance Pack is now available. Oh yeah, Ruvian, there's so much. We've been at it for, gosh, I mean, a year and a half, 2 years. There's so much that you can enjoy. And then, when we have our full complement, a lot of times we also drop downside and the war game is played with the same characters and the same story. But there is a Black Remnant Lance Pack up on the Catalyst store. Oh, thanks, Josh. And so that has all of our newest mechs. It has, even the one my mom stole from me. It also has lots of cards. It has obviously Alpha Strike cards for multiple configurations, which is obviously a great part of the fourth packs. But it also has cards for characters from the show and little bits of fiction on those as well. So yeah. If you don't see a BR pack there at retail, Catalyst has them direct. And the truth is, I was poking around and their price was actually still the best. I had seen it pop up in other places, but they actually had it for the lowest price, right? But anyway, thank you so much for rolling through. It's been an absolute pleasure. We'll see you next Tuesday, as they say.